Hey, what is going on, guys? And today we're going to be predicting WWE Crown Jewel from Perth, Australia. Now, if you don't follow me on social media like Instagram and TikTok, then you might not know this, but I have some really exciting news. Me and my best mate are going all the way to Perth, Australia. Here from New Zealand, we fly out in 2 days to go see Crown Jewel, Raw and SmackDown. We are so just beyond excited. We are so hyped. And honestly, one of the main reasons we're going all the way over there is to see John Cena on his farewell tour. We're potentially getting to see his third to last match. So the fact that we're getting to go see our first WWE event together as well. We've both never been to a pay-per-view, never been to a Raw, never been to a SmackDown. But the fact that the last time I even saw WWE live was back in 2016 in Auckland. I think they came back again in like 2018. I think that was like Christchurch. They announced like 2 or 3 times that they were meant to be coming, and then COVID happened. They kept rescheduling, kept cancelling, and they've never ever been back since. And we didn't go to Elimination Chamber back when that was in Perth last year, but we're going to Perth now for Crown Jewel. Whoever thought that my first ever pay-per-view / PLE, sorry, I'm so used to calling them pay-per-views from back when I was a kid, would be a Crown Jewel. Like, when I think about it, because one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time is the Royal Rumble. Obviously, you got WrestleMania, Money in the Bank as well, is probably my top 3. Royal Rumble's always been my favorite pay-per-view. Crown Jewel obviously usually belongs to Saudi Arabia, and now Australia's getting it. Obviously, you guys know that I do live, at-home reaction videos with me and my mates. So now imagine this. I'm going to get to do in the arena, like live in real time reaction videos. Arena reaction videos. It's going to be so cool. I cannot wait. So excited to see John Cena on his farewell tour. He means everything to me. I grew up with John Cena. I idolized him growing up. So the fact that we're going all the way over to Australia is definitely worth it just for John Cena's retirement alone. Now, as it stands of me recording this video, we currently have 5 matches on Crown Jewel. Obviously, that is subject to change. We still have Friday Night SmackDown when we're in Perth, because obviously that's the first show. Hi, Luna. Then on the Saturday, it's Crown Jewel. Then on Monday, we obviously get Monday Night Raw. We would have gone over there for just the pay-per-view alone. Like, not only the fact that Perth is getting a PLE, yet a SmackDown and a Raw, like, we're getting absolutely spoiled. Obviously, I'm from New Zealand, and if you didn't notice, I'm wearing an All Blacks jersey, so any of my Aussie subscribers, I'm sorry. You're probably going to be highly offended, or you're going to be like, wow, that's just petty. But hey, I got to represent my Kiwis, okay? I got to represent my boys, the All Blacks. But anyway, I've never been to Perth before either, so that's going to be exciting. Me and my mate have both never been to Perth. I haven't been to Australia since I was about 8 years old or something like that. I've only ever been to the Gold Coast, and obviously that was yonks ago. So, but anyway, you will see all that with the vlogs that I do. I'm going to get so much content out of going to Crown Jewel, but we are here today to predict the card. So let's start off with the match that most recently just got announced. So we are getting Roman Reigns taking on Big Bronson Reed. We have Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief, because for whatever reason, Bronson Reed loves selling Roman Reigns' shoes. But this is going to be an Australian street fight, which is very interesting. I don't know how that's going to be different from a normal street fight. Is it just the fact that it's in Australia? I'm guessing so. Or are we going to get some more like Australian flair to it since Bronson Reed is in this match? I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Bronson Reed pulls out from under the ring a didgeridoo. Now, I know some people are kind of tired of this match and this feud already. They've already faced once. This is obviously a rematch going into Crown Jewel, but I am really looking forward to this match. And I know I'm probably a little bit biased because this whole card to me is absolutely insane. I honestly think these 5 matches alone and this Crown Jewel card is a WrestleMania-worthy card. This is like a Mania level event in my opinion. So I honestly think we got really lucky choosing this PLE because obviously we had no idea what matches were going to be announced. None of the matches were even official by the time we, bought the tickets, and months ago, we obviously had booked our flights and everything. And so that's what a lot of us do, right? We're going into these events blindly, like when we buy the tickets, not knowing a single match. And so the fact that we're getting Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns, I think is awesome. Now, for my prediction, I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns. I could also lean towards Bronson Reed, purely just based off of the fact that they're in Australia, but obviously you've got, Rhea as well. And that's not always an indicator, the fact that they're going to win. But I could definitely see Bronson picking up the win because obviously this is a rematch and we've had Roman beat Bronson before. Are we going to get the Vision involved, or perhaps is it just going to be Bron Breakker and obviously Paul Heyman ringside? I could see this being a case of where Seth Rollins doesn't get involved at all because obviously he's going to be like, oh, I've got to focus on my, my match later on with Cody. And obviously he just doesn't care about Bronson. Like, I could see them sort of causing a bit of a drift between them. We already saw a bit of tension between Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins on Raw, with talking about how he cannot lose to Cody Rhodes, and obviously we're going to talk about that later on for my predictions. But I think we could possibly get a 4th member of the Vision, but I don't know where that's going to happen, whether it could be in the Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns match, or I think it would be more likely in the Seth versus Cody match. I also have my worries about that match for people getting involved, but we'll talk about that when I get to it. Let's just say I'm worried a certain beast is going to interfere and ruin the whole thing. But nonetheless, we're talking about Roman versus Bronson, so I'm going to have to go with Roman on this one. I was sort of leaning towards picking Bronson, and I'm sort of still on the fence. Like I was thinking about changing it even before starting to record this video, but I'm going to have to go with Roman. I think he's going to get the big, massive Australia pop when he comes out. I could honestly see this opening the show too. Just starting off the Crown Jewel with a bang, I could see it opening, going for a decent amount of time. Obviously, you're going to get that friction between Paul Heyman and Roman. I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Heyman catches like a stray Superman punch or some sort of weapon involvement from Roman. Maybe we get like a case of Roman, goes to swing a kendo stick and Bronson ducks or gets out the way and hits Paul Heyman. I could honestly see that happening, and just the Australian crowd and us just popping like wild. But I gotta say, for this match, the thing I'm most excited about to see live in person is Bronson Reed's tsunami from the top rope. Obviously, I've never seen that live, never even seen Bronson Reed wrestle live, because back when I went in 2016, Bronson Reed was not even part of the roster. So that's the thing I'm also really looking forward to, is seeing all these people on the roster that weren't even a part of WWE back when I went. I've seen Roman Reigns live, and I've also seen Seth, because those were the two that were main eventing the Auckland show back in 2016. Seth Rollins, if you guys already know, is my favorite wrestler of all time, so that was a big thing for me, but never seen the Tribal Chief era of Roman Reigns live, because back then he was still his big dog era Roman Reigns. So the fact that we're going to get to acknowledge him live in RAC Arena is going to be awesome. I could see obviously some shenanigans happening with the Vision and outside involvement, mainly from Bron Breakker, possibly setting up a Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns match possibly down the line, or it's just leading into the War Games matches between both sides. I reckon we'll probably get like the Vision versus Team Roman or Team Punk or Team Cody. But anyway, so moving on, we go from one Australian to another. So this is the tag team women's match of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, Riho, I think they were calling their tag team name, versus the Kabuki Warriors, that obviously consists of Asuka and Kairi Sane. Yet again, I'm going to have to pick the faces again. I'm going to have to go with Rhea Ripley and I almost said Kairi Sane then, and Io Sky. I think those two are going to win. I yet again could see a case of Rhea losing in her home country, but I've got to go with Rhea. I don't see Kabuki Warriors winning this. I know a lot of people said they probably need the win, especially if they are leading also into a War Games match, to set up Kabuki Warriors as a potential threat for the rest of the women's division. But the ongoing sort of tension that's happening between Kairi Sane and Asuka, I think that's going to end up costing them the match. I could see a world where Kairi Sane hesitates. She goes to go for the insane elbow and either just hesitates or Io or Rhea knocks the ropes down and she falls down. Or she looks at Asuka and is like, I don't want to do this, or she hesitates on pinning Io, probably. I think it would make more sense than Rhea. Obviously, Io being one of her friends, and obviously they just faced on Monday Night Raw, where Asuka even slapped Kairi Sane backstage. So I definitely, this has got to be leading up to a face turn from Kairi, of her turning on the heel, kind of like Sami Zayn did on Roman Reigns, and I think they will get a massive pop when that does happen. I think it's probably a bit too early for this to happen. I would be very surprised, seeing this live, if Kairi turned already. But yeah, I think that Kairi's probably going to eat the pin, and Asuka's going to be very, upset and disappointed on the outside or whatever. Or Kairi ends up costing Asuka, and she ends up taking the pin because Kairi hesitates on a tag in or something. Or like I said, doing the insane elbow, and then Asuka gets pinned or something. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to this match. A tag team women's match in Australia. We've got one Australian and then 3 Japanese women. This is going to be an insane, just spot fest. And oh man, I just can't wait to see Rhea Ripley. Obviously, I've never seen her live. Australian native, so she's going to get a massive, massive ovation. I absolutely cannot wait to hear the ginormous pop that she receives in Perth. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, the fact that we're going to be there live and get to cheer her on. So moving on after that, we have quite possibly the best match on the card. This has very much potential to steal the absolute show, and it is the one that I'm looking forward to the most, if I'm being honest. And that is the rekindling and the rivalry, if you want to call it that, even though they're not feuding and there was no massive storyline leading into this, of AJ Styles going up against John Cena. We haven't seen this match in 9 years, to put this in perspective. That is absolutely insane. These two were a dream match to begin with when AJ Styles first debuted in 2016. I don't know what it is with these two, and it was on a promo package on Raw. Even AJ was saying he doesn't know what it is, but these two just have the most out of the world chemistry together. They just click. They really do. Every match they've had has been an absolute banger. Royal Rumble 2017, what a classic. SummerSlam 2016, yet again, what a classic. Oh, so good. The Royal Rumble 2017 is personally one of my favorite AJ Styles versus John Cena matches. And honestly, it would definitely be there in my top 5 Cena and Styles matches of all times, like separately. Like if I was naming my top 5 John Cena matches of all time, that would be a heavy hitter, a contender in that list. Now, there is something that's leading me toward my prediction pick, and also I have to pick him. I'm going with John Cena on picking up the W here. They've mentioned something very interesting recently, which is a very, very cool statistic, that if John Cena wins this match at Crown Jewel, it will be his 100th PLE win of all time. He is only second behind The Undertaker with 107 PLE wins, but John Cena is currently sitting at 99. 99 pay-per-view wins. That is insane. So I think we're going to get lucky. I think we're going to get to witness John Cena's 100th win in person. I would be very surprised if AJ wins. I wouldn't be upset at that at all. I would be stoked. Like, no matter who wins this, no matter what the outcome is, I'm just happy we're getting this match, honestly. This is also a massive full circle moment for me because back in 2016, like I mentioned earlier in Auckland, one of the matches I got at my last ever WWE Live event was AJ Styles versus John Cena. John Cena ended up winning. Massive pop. I still remember the chills that I got hearing John Cena's entrance music hit as well. I can confidently admit and say right now that I think I'm genuinely going to cry like a little baby when John Cena comes out. Especially when they've been doing that entrance with the black screen with the white text of John Cena, and then when the entrance music hits, to the main part of John Cena's theme, you get the blue come up, or it might even be yellow since we're going to be in Perth. The merch for this looks insane. We get like yellow Australian John Cena merch, which I'm super happy about. Definitely going to have to cop some of that when I'm there. So yeah, I think this match is going to be an absolute banger. I would be very surprised if they had a stinker. I don't think it's possible. I think these two have way too much history, way too much chemistry for this match to flop. My only worry is I just really hope it's a long, lengthy match. I'd be really gutted if this was like a squash or I don't think it would be a squash like friggin' Brock and John Cena's match, but not a squash, more like just a quick sort of encounter. Like if it was like sort of 5 to 8 minutes, it would be kind of disappointing. So I pray these guys go 20 minutes plus, or just 20 minutes, or even 15, I would be happy with. But yeah, I can't bet against my goat here. I've got to go with John Cena, never seen 17. I cannot wait to see this match, man. Alrighty, so up next, we are getting into the 2 Crown Jewel Championship matches, the champion versus champion matches that are taking place at Crown Jewel. So, first up, we have the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. So, we have the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton taking on the newly crowned Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer. And so obviously Stephanie only just won the title from Io Sky recently at WWE's WrestlePalooza. Tiffany Stratton has held the title for quite some time now, but I've got to go with my gut here. I think Stephanie's beating her. I think Stephanie's picking up the W, so that's my pick. She just won the title. I think it would be just a bit of a mistake if Tiffany won. Wouldn't be upset at that. I honestly wouldn't be upset at any of the outcomes of these matches. I think I said before, I'm a little bit biased because I'm going to be there live in attendance, so I'm just happy that we get to be there in general. But yeah, I think Stephanie beats Tiffany here. I think she needs to. I think it means more if Stephanie wins, and I think she needs it a lot more than Tiffany does. I don't know, I feel like it would be to her detriment if she lost this. I think it would kind of slow her down a little bit. It's a Crown Jewel match. A lot of people don't see this as a massive deal, but I love champion versus champion matches. I know a lot of people don't like them. I've heard a lot of people online that aren't really a fan of the champion versus champion matches. Like obviously, we got Cody Rhodes versus Gunther last year. We had Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. But you cannot tell me that this year is not probably 10 times better than last year. I think Cody versus Seth is way better than Cody and Gunther. And Stephanie versus Tiffany is like 10 times better than Liv versus Nia. Massive fan of Liv Morgan, but I'm just saying, I think we're getting definitely the better Crown Jewel here for the, for being the year right after the Saudi Arabia one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these two gel. Hopefully they have some chemistry. I think this is going to be a decent match. You got Tiffany and Stephanie, who are both absolutely phenomenal talents, and I think they can pull off an incredible match. This could honestly be a sleeper pick of the match of the night, I reckon. Stephanie is absolutely insane. I honestly just hope that she hits that corkscrew moonsault off the top rope, the one that she beat Rhea with. That thing is a thing of beauty. We've got that versus the prettiest moonsault ever. I just hope there's a moment where we get like a counter from both of them. Like I could see there being a moment where Tiffany gets up the top rope, she's going for the PME, Stephanie rolls out the way, goes right up and then hits the corkscrew moonsault. I don't know what she calls that. But yeah, my pick for winning the massively oversized Crown Jewel Championship for the women's one is going to be Stephanie Vaquer. I think she picks up the W. I think, like I said, she needs it more than Tiffany does. I think Tiffany can afford a loss a lot more than Stephanie can right now. Obviously, just coming off of a massive win at WrestlePalooza, I think Stephanie needs it. So we've officially reached our main event of the WWE Crown Jewel Men's Championship. We have the WWE Champion, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, going up against his arch nemesis, you could say, Seth Rollins, who is the World Heavyweight Champion, leader of the Vision. I am personally absolutely ecstatic that we're getting this match live again. They've obviously faced 3 times already. This is going to be their 4th encounter. And that is going to play into my prediction pick here because, if you don't know, Seth has lost to Cody 3 times. Seth is 0-3 against Cody Rhodes, so just similar to the Stephanie situation, I think Seth Rollins needs this victory. I think he deserves it more. He needs it more. I think it's going to benefit him more if he wins as well, in my opinion. Obviously, being the leader of the Vision, I don't think I could see him losing a 4th time. And if I'm wrong, I'm more than happy to be wrong. But Cody beating him 4 times just seems way too OP. Like, it makes Cody look so overpowered. And I know he beat literally the tribal chief, the man that had held on to the WWE Champion for over 1,300 days. So I guess he's already pretty OP as it is. Someone needs to nerf Cody Rhodes, man. But no, I think Seth's winning. I've got to go with my boy. Seth's my favorite wrestler of all time, and I can't bet against him here, just like I can't bet against Cena. Now, what I'm scared of, and what I was alluding to earlier, is Brock Lesnar's involvement. I really, really hope he doesn't get involved. In person, thinking about Brock getting involved and costing the entire match. Now, he could very well cost just Cody the match. I think Vision's definitely getting involved. I honestly don't see a world where Bronson and Braun both don't get involved in this thing. Brock's kind of 50-50. I've been hearing the rumors online. Will he fly all the way to Aussie to get involved? I'm not sure. And will that set up a Brock versus Cody match? Will that set up a Vision versus Team Cody match at War Games, like I was saying earlier, and we get Brock on Team Vision? Can you imagine that? Brock teaming up with Seth, Braun, Bronson, somebody else possibly. Maybe you chuck Drew McIntyre in there. I don't know, some other big dude. Or maybe we even get sort of an intergender match where we get Becky Lynch in there and then you get AJ Lee on the other side with Team Cody and you have Punk there as well. So you have them teaming to face Seth and Becky again. But the fact that Paul Heyman is obviously already aligned with the Vision and with Seth, and he's just recently joined back with Brock again at WrestlePalooza, I'm getting a little nervous that Brock might cost Cody this match, and we could potentially get a 4th member, or 5th member if you want to be technical. But I would much rather a clean finish to this match, even if Cody was the one to win and pick up the W against Seth. But I think Seth's winning. I think Vision is just going to overpower Cody. You could possibly get like the Usos involved to help Cody again, so you can set up that War Games match. Hell, maybe Bronson does beat Roman, or you just have some sort of shenanigans, like I said earlier, with the Roman match as well. So Roman is also forced to come out and help Cody again, and you got him and Seth facing off again. That'd be sick with Roman and Seth. I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans, a lot of false finishes and stuff like that leading for this main event. Yeah, I've got to pick Seth. I think he's winning. I'd be pretty shocked if Cody won. I would pop hard if Cody won, but Seth's my boy. I gotta pick him, and I think he's doing a great job as the leader of the Vision. Yeah, like I said, it was really interesting when they did that promo on Raw backstage where Seth Rollins was like to Paul Heyman, what do I do if I lose against Cody Rhodes? Like, what will happen? Like, what will you do? Like, and he's saying, like, you've got to do this for Bronson, for Braun, like, for me, like, you have to win this. So the fact that they've done that, I think Seth's going to do literally anything to beat Cody. So whether that is a brand new member to the Vision, I'm unsure, but just the way they did that promo scene was really interesting. Like, I think, yeah, he's going to do whatever it takes. He's going to debut someone new. He's going to cheat. He's going to literally do whatever he can to beat Cody because he's already lost to him 3 times, like we said. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for this match. This is another one I'm really looking forward to. It's between the Cena and Styles match and Seth and Cody that I'm looking forward to the most. And like getting to see Cody's entrance live is going to be so sick, getting to do the wall in person. So yeah, that's my official predictions for Crown Jewel this Saturday. I will see some of you guys there. Let me know if you're going. Comment below if you are attending the Raw and SmackDown as well, or if you're just going to the Crown Jewel. Oh man, I am so hyped. And if you didn't know, I have some news for you too. Me and my mate are going to be meeting 5 WWE wrestlers, and so I'll let you know who they are right now. So, we have picked The Miz, Lyra Valkyria, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Aleister Black. Those are the 5 people we're meeting. And I noticed something earlier today, which is really funny, that's completely coincidental. But out of those 5 wrestlers that we're meeting, they are all from 5 different countries. So we're going to get to meet a whole range of ethnicities in these 5, because obviously you got Sami Zayn from Canada, Aleister Black from Netherlands, Lyra Valkyria from Ireland, Drew McIntyre from Scotland, and then you have The Miz from America. So it's just so funny that that was completely coincidental. And Sami Zayn's going to obviously have his US Championship with him. Cannot wait to see who answers his open challenge on SmackDown in Perth. Are we going to get Grayson Waller? I feel like that would be the obvious pick. Or are we going to get a more dangerous threat in someone like Obafemi? If Obafemi's music hits in Perth and we're watching it live, I'm going to lose my mind, and I'm going to think, yeah, it's over. There's no way Sami wins. You get a brand new champion in Obafemi straight away. Can you imagine that? Obafemi winning the United States Championship in Perth, Australia. But yeah, so let me know if you were going to Perth, and are you an Australian native? Are you someone that's flying from New Zealand? Are you someone that's flying from America or somewhere else around the world? I would love to know. Are you going to all of the events and all the shows? Because obviously we're going to be going to the WWE Superstore, the kickoff show. We're going to be going to obviously all 3 shows. Like, oh, it's going to be so much fun, and I'm going to spend so much money, man. I'm going to be so broke getting all the WWE merch. I have to, like I said, get a Cena shirt, a Seth Rollins shirt. Oh, I'm going to have to restrain myself and to not get a WWE belt. Me and my mate really wanted to get, like, championship belts, obviously replica belts, but from what I've been seeing, they're like $800 to $1,000. So I don't think that's happening because I don't want to waste all my money on a belt as much as I'd love to have it in the background of my videos, like a lot of WWE content creators do. Shout out Santi Zap. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to keep up to date with everything that's happening with me going to Perth, and if you want to see like my live videos and everything that I'm doing over there, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Jamie_O'Hagan, also on TikTok, just at Jamie O'Hagan. And yeah, I'll be doing like daily updates. Obviously, I'm going to be posting the meet and greet photos that we get with those 5 wrestlers that we're meeting. Cannot wait to meet all of them. I'm so excited. I did have Alexa Bliss scheduled. She was the first one that I booked a meet and greet with, but unfortunately she cancelled. A lot of others have cancelled too, because obviously her and Charlotte were missing off the schedule. And as soon as I saw that, I knew it was a bad sign. I was like, oh, I bet Alexa's not coming to Perth anymore, which she's not. Ron Killings, aka R-Truth, is also cancelled. Solo Sikoa isn't coming anymore. DIY isn't coming anymore. So they're definitely changing the card around a lot. And obviously, I guess some people can't make it anymore, or they just haven't fit them into the schedule. But yeah, I'm excited for the people we're going to see on SmackDown and Raw as well, for the people that have been left off Crown Jewel. Really surprised that people like Randy Orton, CM Punk, LA Knight, Jey Uso have all been left off the card. A little bit disappointed we're not going to see Punk or Orton on Crown Jewel, especially Punk, because haven't seen him. Actually, no, I've never seen Randy Orton either, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I've never seen Randy Orton live. But I'm pretty certain that we're going to get them on SmackDown and Raw because they're being advertised currently at the moment, so I'm so excited for that. I just think we picked one of the best events to go to because we're seeing so many people that are honestly on the verge of retiring. Obviously, we've got John Cena, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and obviously CM Punk as well. I've never seen him and haven't seen him since he returned, so that's going to be insane to hear his music hit live. Oh, I'm getting just like chills thinking about this event, man. I'm so excited. I haven't been to WWE in so long. And, like I said, I'm going to be broke, man. And I'm going to be so depressed once this trip's over, but I'm going to get so much content out of this that you're going to be seeing so much from me. Like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram to keep up to date with everything. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a YouTube vlog as well, so let me know if you want to see that. Like the video, please subscribe as well, and I might see some of you guys there. So, Perth, here we come.